Geek Out! Pinky's up. Time for another Geek Out Book Club. I'm Sam.
I'm Jake.
And this week we're going to be talking about Bingo Love by T. Franklin and Jenn Onge. The graphic novella is out in comic book stores everywhere on Valentine's Day.
Perfect.
Yes. Almost as if it was intended on, Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day.
I was like trying to think of the date. It's like 14th. That's when it is.
Yeah.
It's on the 14th. Out in bookstores, and you can get it on Amazon and everything. Though you can pre-order beforehand, but it's out on Tuesday the 20th. This kind of really touching story of these two women that fall in love in the 1960s,
Mm-hmm.
and then because of the societal norms, they can't really. It isn't until like 50 years later when they reconnect.
It's really, it's tragic in that sense, but it's really moving and beautiful too. When I was preparing to sit down and read this, I had errands and stuff I had to do and everything else, and I was gonna split up my reading in different times. Be like, I'll knock, it's 96 pages or whatever. I'll knock out the first half and come back to it. And I just sat and read it in one sitting, just the whole thing, metaphorical cover to cover.
Yeah.
Just it moves so well.
There's a flow there.
An absolute flow. And the splash pages when they show up, it's perfect. The art is beautiful. The colors, we say it all the time, but the colors really do pop in it, especially in big moments of triumph.
And it is I say as much to T in our interview coming out soon, but despite the restriction the couple initially faces and the hardships they face, I don't consider this book a tragedy.
No, the tragedy is that stuff like this is still going on, and that missed time is the tragedy of it. But, these characters are lucky in this story of being able to get it back, to a point. It's just a really moving book,
It's at once heartwarming and heartbreaking.
Yeah. It is, and again, it feels like real life, like the family interactions, the fights that they have,
Yeah.
It doesn't feel melodramatic,
Yeah,
at all, and I think sometimes that can be easy to fall back on in a comic book.
Well, I think a lot of it is because this book is coming from a very real place for T.
Yes.
And that kind of honesty really is what sets this book apart.
100%.
So we can't recommend it enough. It's out again in comic book stores everywhere. On why do I always forget what the date of Valentine's Day is? It's
14th.
the 14th. It's the 14th, February 14th, Wednesday, February 14th. Again, you can also get it on on the 20th in bookstores everywhere, and you can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all that good stuff. BingoLove.net. Stay tuned because we have an interview with T coming up this week all about it. This has been another Geek Out Book Club. I'm Sam.
I'm Jake.
Keep reading. This has been another Geek Out production. If you enjoyed what you heard, hey, we've got a special episode every Friday. Of course, there's the usual catching up show every Wednesday, and you get book club episodes just about every Tuesday these days. Thanks for listening.